Hey Dreamers, this is Jade, and I'm back to finally begin working on my setup for my Passport Madrid that I bought back in December from Chic Sparrow when they had their 50% off sale. It's taken me a little while to actually know what I wanted to do or what notebooks that I wanted to use, so I finally got those made up here, and I just need to staple them together. I also wanted to wait until I was able to get a precise cut, because you can do cut paper and stuff with the Fiskars trimmer, but they can be uneven and wonky, and I'm not the best at cutting things straight, even with like craft knives and rulers. Like, it's a mess. So I ended up buying like one of those official cutters, and it is perfect. You can cut so much at one time and get the most precise edge. I'll end up rounding the corners once I'm done, so I'll insert a picture of that cutter that I got. I wanted it for a while. I even wrote it down and put it on my list and completely forgot about it. In December, I got a gift card for Amazon. Usually I would go ahead and spend it, but something told me to just hold on to it. And then I got another one, another $50 Amazon card for my birthday in January. And the video came up where the person was using that cutter, because I couldn't remember where I saw it, what it was called, any of that. And so they listed the name of the cutter, and I ended up out of pocket only spending like 11 bucks. So another manifestation. Loved it. So I'll, like I said, insert a picture of the cutter that I use. I'm so happy to have it, so I can make my own notebooks and they be nice and precise. And then I also bought the booklet stapler from Boss Stitch, so you can just sit it on this corner here and get a nice precise staple on the spine here. So anyway, the notebooks that I chose to make, number one, I do my daily journaling at night, like my just recounting the day, and I notice sometimes I forget what I did, or I get it out of order or whatever. So I've begun kind of just listing the time, 1 2 3 4 5 blah 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 whatever, and just doing a brief summation of what I was doing during that time, so I can remember when I'm doing my journaling at the end of the night. So I made this little notebook. I just put these pulled up Word and kind of made a notebook style with lines here and whatever. And so yeah, made that. And then I have this one. I had bought some Tomoe River paper, like the loose leaf kind, a long time ago. And I'm finally putting that to use. And I figure I could use this to just like practice drawing, watercolor, stuff like that. Or if there's something that I want to do in my creative journal and I'm not quite sure about it, I can practice in here first, and then kind of fix whatever needs to be fixed once I get into my creative journal. The only thing about that paper is it's dot grid, which is cool with me. I like grid and dot grid. My preference is just regular grid. However, it's only on one side that you get the dots, which is weird. That's just weird. But anyway, I can still use that. And then lastly, if you guys had watched my daily, no, not my daily, my journal lineup video back in January, I'll link it above. I was saying how I would, after doing my daily journaling in my journal, I would just write down a quick list of goals that I wanted to get done the next day. So like edit this video or post this video or whatever. And so I again went into Word and just made me a little notebook for daily goals. So I wanted to separate that out, so I do have that now, and I can just put that in my passport. So those are the books that I created. We'll make a folder together and then do the decoration and all that. So for now, let's go ahead and just get these stapled together. So yeah, I did get this Boss Stitch booklet stapler, so I'm hoping this will make stapling them together way easier than normal, because I suck at trying to get the staples directly exactly on that line. Even with that one from like We Are Memory Keepers, which I do love that. It made the process a lot easier, but even still then I would get it messed up. So we need to load this up. Alright guys, let's see how this goes. Alright, so you just place it right directly on there. And I'm just gonna eyeball, like I don't need precise measurings of where I want these staples to go. Boom, right there on the line. I love it. See, I love tools that just make your life easier. You know, just the things that you want to do, it just makes it easier. Awesome. So right there in the middle, so precise. Love it. And I will link the materials that I use below if you might be interested. So yeah. And then I can get this decorated and let's do the same. Put this bad boy here. Okay guys, I'm going to go ahead and round corners using my corner rounder here. And I think I'm just going to keep the rounding to, I think I'm going to do the medium size. So it's not too big, not too small. I should do it one at a time. And I will speed this up because I think you guys pretty much know how to round corners. Okay, Dreamers, I'm back. I have all of the books stapled and the corners rounded, and I have decided that for the decoration for these books and like the what do you call them, the dashboards and stuff, I am going to do the "To All the Boys I've Loved Before" theme. So I found some pictures on the internet pertaining to this movie and decided that I wanted to use those to decorate. So I made some stickers on my silhouette and cut those out. And so these will be the decoration as well as other elements. I'm still in my head not quite sure, so this is going to be a little bit of an adventure. And then next step will be to make a folder to go in it and start decorating the dashboards as well. So let's see what we got, guys. Let's see how this goes. So let's start with this one. Goals for today. Okay, Dreamers, it's time for me to start decorating my notebooks, and I pulled out some decoupage papers that I've had in my stash for a while. I got these from the Dollar Tree a while back, and the reason I'm using that blue one with the flowers there is because even though it's not nearly an exact match, it reminds me a lot of the wall in Lara Jean's room, like the way it's decorated. It's like a blue wall with these nice vines and things coming up from it. So it just reminded me a lot of her room in the movie. So I stuck that down as a background. Now I think in this one instance I probably should have used Mod Podge instead of the clear gesso, because of the texture of that paper is not exactly like tissue paper or anything like that, so it was a little bit more difficult getting down with the gesso, but I got it done. It looks great. And then I decided to use a sticker of Lara Jean as the focus of this book because, again, like I said, the background reminds me of her room. So I get a preliminary decoration done with Lara Jean and then the "To All the Boys I've Loved Before" title sticker at the top, and then I will set that aside and move on to the next notebook, and then I'll come back to it later and do a little bit more decoration. So the next book is going to feature the Song Girls. In the book they make a big deal about the three sisters being called the Song Girls because their mother was Korean and her last name was Song, so their last names are Song Covey, but their mom always referred to them as her Song Girls. So I just took a book page from a book that I got at like a cheap sale. It was like maybe 30 cents or something, and I just ripped up a sheet of book paper to use as a background, and again I'm sticking that on with some clear gesso, and then I will add the picture of the girls. I absolutely love their relationship. There's three girls. Of course, you have Lara Jean, who's the middle child, and then you have Margot, who's the oldest, and she like completely has her shit together. And it's like when once she makes a decision about something, that's it. She's not doing too much wavering or anything like that. She's really steadfast. And I love Kitty because she's so intelligent and precocious, and yeah, and she's always up to shenanigans. And of course, Lara Jean, I always kind of in some way relate to middle children, because I am a middle child myself, and very much like Lara Jean, I like to live in my head. So yeah, that is the preliminary decoration for that one. And the next one will just feature Lara Jean and Peter, and I use a journaling card from like an old Belarus stack that I've had in my stash for quite a while, and stick that down as a base and just kind of decorate it or decorate around it with the stickers. And again, preliminary, and then I'll go back and do some more decorations. So I've decided to split this video up into two parts, this passport decoration video or setup video, because this it's looking at the next part, which is when I get into the dashboards and stuff, it's gonna be quite lengthy, so I didn't want the videos to be that long. So yeah, I will finish decorating the books here, and then I will the second part will be doing the dashboards and then the complete product. So, and I do want to let you guys know that I was intending to do um, the making of the folder that I'm going to add to my passport in the video, like on this video, but that would have taken forever and made everything longer, so I did that separately and just came back to it. But if anyone wants to see how I did it, I'll be happy to make a complete separate video on that, so just let me know down in the comments. And so yeah, that is going to pretty much wrap up what I'm doing in this video, so just stay tuned for part 2. If you have any comments or questions about anything, definitely leave those below. As usual, I will try to leave a list of all the products that I use below in the description box. So yeah, thank you all for coming to my channel, liking, subscribing, sharing. I really appreciate you guys. If you're new here, consider doing the same, and I will catch you all in the next part. Talk to you later. Bye.